Stop. Do not scroll past this message. Look at me right now. You did not arrive here by accident. Heaven aligned time itself to bring you to this exact digital intersection. Give me just 2 minutes of your undivided attention. I am begging you not to ignore my voice today, because this is the sign you have been desperately waiting to see. If you rush past this moment, you will miss the breakthrough I have placed directly in your path. The world is full of noise, but my voice speaks with ultimate purpose. You have allowed so many distractions to steal your peace, but right now, I need you to be completely still. Listen to me in the deepest place of your heart, because something massive is shifting in the unseen realm. Good. You stayed. Now let me speak softly to the part of you that is most tired. Breathe deeply, my beloved child, and let your racing mind finally rest. You are the silent survivor who has been walking through the valley of shadow for far too long. I know your identity because I am the one who carefully fashioned your soul before the foundations of the world. I saw you when you thought you were completely alone. I watched you carry the heavy weight of unanswered prayers through seasons that drained your hope in ways you never told anyone. You smiled for the people around you, and you pretended everything was perfect while quietly breaking inside. Your shoulders are so tight from holding everything together without a single complaint. I saw you when you sat on the edge of your bed in the middle of the night. I heard the silent screams of your heart when no words could possibly escape your lips. You have been fighting desperate battles in absolute silence, and you have wondered if I even heard a single cry. Every tear you shed fell directly into my hands, and not a single drop was wasted. I saw you when you laughed with everyone around the table, and quietly felt like the most isolated person in the room. You felt like a ghost walking through a crowd of people who only knew your name but never understood your depth. You have tried so hard to be the strong one, but your spiritual battery is completely drained. Lift your eyes to my face right now, my chosen warrior, and let my love fill your empty spirit. I know how deeply it hurts when your kindness is constantly met with cold disappointment. You have poured your sincere love into hands that did not know how to hold it safely. You have been hurt by the very ones you sacrificed your life to protect, and the sting of their betrayal still lingers inside your thoughts. You have asked me why your pure heart must always experience such deep pain. Do not compare your narrow journey to the wide paths of the people around you. They seem to find their happiness so easily, while every single step you take feels like an uphill battle. They do not have to fight the unseen monsters that attack your sleep, and they do not understand the heavy calling on your life. Your destiny carries immense spiritual weight, and that is why your preparation is so intense. You have been feeling a strange restlessness in your chest lately, a quiet stirring that you could not name. You thought it was anxiety, but it is actually your spirit sensing a divine transition. I have allowed this holy agitation to wake you up from the fog of confusion. Stay with me, because I am about to reveal the exact sign that proves your waiting season is closing. There is a profound reason why the enemy has targeted your life with so much exhaustion lately. The adversary is not fighting your present, but he is absolutely terrified of what I am about to release into your future. You have been chosen to be the cycle breaker of your family, and that is why your path has been so incredibly narrow. Do not let fear convince you that you are failing. Do you feel that sudden shift in the atmosphere right now? That particular warmth settling into your heart is the guarantee of my holy presence. I am stepping into your room to lift the invisible chains that have bound your thoughts. You have spent too many months thinking you arrived late to your own destiny, but I am here to tell you that you are precisely on time. Are you still listening to my voice? Do not let distraction steal this holy moment from your soul. The enemy wants you to scroll away because he knows the truth will set you free. Stay right here with me for just a few more minutes, and let my words quiet the raging storm in your mind. I am about to unfold the secret mystery of your long delay. I know the specific worries that keep you awake when the rest of the world is sleeping. I know the pressure of financial burdens, and I see your fear of the uncertain future. You have looked at your resources and wondered how you will survive the coming days. Lift your eyes to my face, my child, because I am the source of your total provision. Your body is exhausted, and your emotional vessel is completely empty. You have been the strong one for everybody else, the stable pillar that everyone leans on when they are shaking, but who holds you when you are the one crumbling into fragments. I am the one who gathers your broken pieces, and I will rebuild your life on an unshakable foundation. I was there when you received the news that broke your heart. I was there when the doors you believed were perfect suddenly slammed shut in your face. I stood beside you when the people you trusted walked away without a single explanation. You thought my silence meant abandonment, but my silence was actually my absolute protection from unseen traps. I was there when you wept quietly in the shower so nobody could hear the sound of your grief. I saw you press your face into your pillow to block the noise of your sorrow. You tried to convince yourself that nobody cared, but I was counting every single breath you took. My love for you has never changed, and my grace is still sufficient to carry you through. You have felt a profound sense of isolation, as if you were speaking a language that nobody else could understand. The people closest to you look at your life and only see your struggles, but they cannot see the holy fire burning inside your spirit. They do not know the secret prayers you whisper in the dark, but heaven has recorded every single syllable. You have questioned your own worth, and you have allowed the lies of the enemy to distort your true value. You have told yourself that you are not enough, that you are too broken to be used for a great purpose. But a jewel covered in dust is still precious in my sight. I am washing away the shame of your past, and I am revealing your original glory. The waiting season has been incredibly heavy, but it has served a divine purpose. I did not hold you back to punish you, but I held you back to prepare your character for the weight of the promise. You wanted a quick escape, but I wanted a permanent transformation. The rooms you were begging to enter would have destroyed your spirit because you were not ready. I had to cut away the relationships that would have drained your oil when the night grew dark. I had to prune the branches that were blocking the true light from reaching your root. It felt like rejection, but it was actually the highest form of my fatherly affection. You cried over the losses, but I was rejoicing over the holy space we were clearing together. I know how it feels when you work so hard and receive absolutely no recognition. You have been the invisible worker, the one who cleans up the mess while others take the credit. You have felt like a ghost in your own home and a stranger in your own community. But your reward does not come from human applause, because your crown is being crafted by heavenly hands. Trust me when the night is at its darkest. Trust me when the answers seem completely delayed beyond repair. Trust me when your eyes cannot see a single ray of hope on the horizon. I have never lost a battle, and I will not allow your life to end in total defeat. The sign is appearing right now, and you must be fully awake to comprehend its power. Look at your life through my eyes, my beloved warrior, and stop measuring your success by worldly standards. You have survived things that would have crushed an ordinary spirit. You are still standing after the heaviest storms, because my hand was secretly holding you up. The final piece of the puzzle is about to fall into its proper place. Breathe deeply once again, my child, and let go of the tension in your shoulders. I am turning your mourning into dancing, and I am giving beauty for your ashes. The pain of yesterday is becoming the fuel for your victory tomorrow. You are entering a season of supernatural restoration, where everything stolen will be returned to you double. We are moving into the deepest part of this message, and I am about to decode the exact meaning of the restlessness in your chest. Do not close this video, and do not let your attention wander for even a single second. I am about to step into your day with an urgent revelation that will redefine your entire future. Listen closely to what comes next. Come closer to my side. Let me peel away the heavy armor. You have worn it all day. You have spent so many hours pretending that nothing hurts your heart while you carry their heavy problems. You walk around with a calm face. You make sure everyone else feels safe, but your secret reality is entirely different from the beautiful image you show to the world outside. I know your hidden truth. I feel your private pain. Your soul is very heavy. I know the precise physical sensation of the exhaustion that is sitting heavily behind your breastbone right now. It feels like a constant tightness. It never truly lifts from your chest. You are always waiting for the next massive crisis to break your fragile life into pieces. Your mind is running fast. You cannot find your sleep. The darkness feels so loud. You have allowed the anxious thoughts to dictate your worth because you cannot see the light on the horizon. You push through the daytime noise, You wear a giant fake smile, but every single evening you return to the empty room where your fears are waiting. I know how it feels. You swallow a bitter lump. Your voice starts to shake. You push the tears back into your eyes because you do not want anyone to ask if you are truly okay. You convince yourself that your problems are burdens. You choose to stay entirely silent. You hide your broken spirit from the very people who depend on your daily strength. I saw you last night. You stood in the kitchen. The house was very quiet. You stared out the window into the empty yard while the heavy tears finally escaped from your tired eyes. You felt like an invisible servant. Nobody notices your massive sacrifices. I was standing right next to you in that dim light while you wept alone. You gave away your energy. You fixed their terrible problems. You walked away completely empty. They never paused to look into your eyes, because they only care about what your hands can provide for them. You are always the passionate giver. You never receive any love. Your spiritual battery is completely drained from the constant output of your heart. Breathe deeply right now. Let my presence hold you. This is your safe haven. If your weary soul recognizes my loving voice in this very moment, like this video right now, let this small action be the first physical shield of agreement. This is a true covenant. This is a holy alignment that will bring supernatural strength to your total restoration. They called your number often. They needed your immediate help. Their lives were breaking apart. They knew your heart was pure, and they knew you would never say no to a person in deep distress. You became their emergency room. They used your beautiful light, but they treated you like a wasteland when their own sun started shining bright again. I recorded their selfish actions. I saw their empty promises. They walked away without thanking you. I know the deep sting of the betrayal you experienced from the friends you loved with your entire soul. You opened the sacred gates. You shared your deepest secrets. They used your vulnerability as a sharp weapon to cut your fragile reputation down. You felt so foolish. You trusted their sweet words. The pain is very deep. I see the hidden wounds of your past relationships that still make your spirit tremble with fear. People have treated you like dust. They replaced you easily, but I have collected every broken fragment of your heart to rebuild your destiny. I saw you run away. You went into the bathroom. You locked the door tight. You turned on the faucet so the running water would drown out the loud noise of your heavy sobbing. You folded your body small. You sat on the cold floor. I was right there on that floor with you while you shook with absolute grief. I wrapped my arms around you. You whispered your desperate thoughts. You wanted to give up. You felt a terrifying emptiness in your stomach because you could not see a clear path out of the darkness. You felt entirely forgotten by heaven. You thought earth was your prison. But my love was secretly anchoring your fragile soul to the steady ground. You did not break then. My hand held you up. You are still standing today. I know the heavy isolation of being the chosen one in a family that does not share your spiritual vision. They look at you with doubt. They criticize your quiet choices. They think your kindness is a sign of weakness, and they tell you to become cold. They want you to change. They want you to harden. But I am guarding your sweetness. You have fought your heaviest spiritual battles when the house was completely still and the world was sleeping. The enemy brought a flood. He filled your mind with anxiety. He wanted you to doubt my eternal promises for your bright and beautiful future. He reminded you of failures. He spoke of your past. He told you many lies. He said you would never escape the generational cycles of lack and poverty that have bound your family for decades. But his loud voice is false. This is an absolute deception. I am stripping the enemy of his authority over your thoughts in this very room right now. I am stepping directly inside. My presence is filling corners. The dark shadows must flee. You may feel a sudden wave of warmth moving through your hands while you listen to these divine words. That is the physical proof. My operation has started right now. I am removing the heavy sorrow from your spirit so you can walk in total freedom. You do not have to carry the future. You do not have to stress. I will give you guidance. I will provide the daily bread for your journey, and I will show you the exact next step when the morning comes. Stop trying to figure it out. The answers are not there yet. Do not stress over massive problems that have not even arrived on your doorstep today. Let go of your control. Let me be your God. I am your true source. I saw you when you looked at your bank account and felt a sharp knot of panic tighten inside your throat. You wondered how to pay. The bills are very high. You felt the crushing pressure of earthly survival pressing down on your tired mind. You have been faithful always. You managed the tiny things. You had nothing in hand. You honored my name with your last coins because you trusted my promise of supernatural supply. I have seen your honesty. I know your secret purity. Your reward is coming soon from the storehouses of heaven to completely surprise your logical mind. I am moving random hearts. They do not know you. They will open new doors. You have sowed seeds of pure love in the dark, and you are about to reap a massive harvest in the light. Do not doubt my capability. My wealth has no limit. Your body is crying out for deep physical rest because you have pushed too hard for months. Your eyes are constantly heavy. Your thoughts are very slow. You carry a thick fog. You have neglected your own vessel to keep their lamps burning bright in the middle of the terrible storm. They did not see you shake. They did not care at all. I am commanding your mind to be still right now so your soul can recover its strength. Let my voice wash over you. It is a clean river. It washes away the dust. You do not have to earn my affection by working your fingers into the ground, because my grace is a free gift. You are my beautiful masterpiece. I love your quiet soul. I care about your well-being more than your constant production for the people around you. Relax your mind right now. I am healing your wounds. The world bruised your innocence. You became afraid to trust anyone because the people you loved turned their backs on your desperate need. I am restoring your joy. The sweet childlike happiness is back. You will laugh again from the bottom of your stomach and you will walk without any fear. We are moving forward now. The ancient secrets are waiting. I will explain your purpose. This extreme exhaustion is not a sign of your ending, but it is the critical transition before your greatest breakthrough. There is a mystery hidden for thousands of years that I am about to unlock for your soul. Listen closely to what comes next. Listen to me carefully now, because I want to reveal the deep secret of your isolated season. You have looked at your stagnant life, and you have wondered why every single door remains completely locked. You believed that I was punishing your past mistakes by keeping you stuck in this thick fog. But I am telling you today that your painful delay is actually my holy protection from unseen traps. You wanted to rush into rooms that were completely filled with hidden poisons. You wanted to marry people who would have destroyed your sacred oil within a single week. I saw the dangers that your human eyes could never comprehend. That is why my hand held you back even when you were begging me to let you go forward into the fire. Do not call this quiet season a failure because it is your holy preparation ground. The wild branches of your life needed a severe trimming so your roots could grow deep. It felt like a painful rejection, but it was actually the highest form of my fatherly affection. I was protecting your delicate spirit from a crash that you could not survive. Let me take you back to an ancient story from my eternal records. There was a young warrior whom I anointed to be the king of a great nation. He was faithful and he was pure, but he spent years running for his fragile life through the dusty desert. He had to hide inside the dark caves while his powerful enemies circled outside the rocks. He sat in the absolute darkness, and he wrote his most honest prayers on the cold stone. He asked me why he was isolated when he had done nothing but serve my name with honor. He felt entirely forgotten by heaven while his youth was passing away in the wild. But I was right there inside that dark cave with him during his heaviest nights. I was not absent from his deep suffering because I was carving his character in the shadows. The cave was not his final grave, but it was the precise place where he discovered my true presence. He learned to trust my voice when he had absolutely nothing else left in his hands. I was shaping a broken shepherd boy into a mighty king who could rule with righteousness. My beloved child, the cave you are sitting in right now has my own fingerprints on every single wall. You feel isolated from your old friends, and you feel abandoned by your community. But I have purposely removed the worldly noise so you can finally hear my quiet whisper. You are not stuck in a prison, but you are being carefully formed for a massive destiny. Think about another broken soul who walked through the hot sands of the empty desert. She was cast away by the very people who were supposed to protect her fragile life. She wandered into the wilderness with her young child, and she had absolutely no water left to survive. She sat down in the dirt, and she turned her face away because she could not bear to watch the end. She believed that her story was over, and she thought that nobody in the universe cared about her pain. But I opened her eyes in that exact moment of absolute despair. I let her see a fresh well of water that had been sitting right next to her all along. She looked up into the sky and she gave me a beautiful name. She called me the God who sees me, because she realized that she was never truly alone in the desert. My child, that is still my eternal name on this very day. I am the God who sees your hidden tears when you think you are completely invisible to the world. I see the you that sits in the quiet room when the mask finally comes off your face. You have felt like an outcast who does not belong anywhere on this earth. The people around you have treated you like an afterthought, but you are my most precious masterpiece. I am opening your spiritual eyes right now, so you can see the fresh well of provision. The water is much closer than your anxious mind thinks, and you will never thirst again. You are my chosen warrior, and your current training requires an unusual amount of solitude. Ordinary people cannot go where I am about to take your life. They would collapse under the heavy weight of the glory that I am about to pour into your spirit. That is why you cannot live like them, and that is why you cannot choose their comfortable paths. The enemy saw the great light that I placed inside your soul before you were even born. He targeted your childhood with trauma, and he filled your youth with constant rejection. He wanted to break your spirit early, so you would never step into your true power. He used close friends to betray your trust because he wanted to poison your pure heart with bitterness. But I have guarded your innocence through every single storm. The poison did not destroy your soul, and the rejection only pushed you closer to my holy presence. What the adversary intended for your total destruction, I am turning into your supernatural deliverance. The very stones that they threw to crush your life are becoming the firm foundation of your palace. Are you listening to the rhythm of my voice? Pause right here and let this truth settle deeply into your broken spirit. You have spent too many years apologizing for a light that others could not handle. You have diminished your own value to make insecure people feel comfortable around your presence. But I am commanding you to stand up in your true identity today. You are the cycle breaker who was authorized to end the generational curses of your family line. The lack, the sickness, and the constant failure that bound your parents will have absolutely no authority over your children. You are the line in the sand, and the enemy knows that his time is running out. That is why the warfare has become so intense during these recent months. Do not fear the loud noise of the wind, because I am the master of the storm. The waves may rock your boat, but they cannot sink your life when I am sleeping inside. I am using this fierce wind to blow away the dead leaves from your past season. You must let go of the old structures if you want to receive the new wine. I know that you are tired of waiting for the promises to manifest in your physical reality. You have seen others receive their breakthroughs while your life remained completely unchanged. You have asked me how much longer you must endure this heavy silence. But hear me with your whole heart today, because my timing is never late. A fast harvest rots quickly, but a deep root produces a fruit that will last for generations. I am building something permanent inside your life, and that requires a slow and careful construction. Do not compare your private preparation to their public display. What I am doing in the dark will soon shock the people who wrote you off in the light. Your life is a holy vessel that is being refined inside the hot furnace of affliction. The heat is not meant to destroy your texture, but it is burning away the impurities of doubt and fear. You will come out of this fire looking like pure gold, and everyone will see my reflection on your face. The scars of your past are becoming the badges of your spiritual authority. Think about the long years that Joseph spent inside the dark prison of Egypt. He was betrayed by his own brothers, and he was falsely accused by a wicked woman. He sat in the dungeon for 13 years, and he wondered if his dreams were just an illusion. But I was secretly working behind the scenes to align the entire kingdom for his sudden promotion. When the appointed time finally arrived, he walked out of the prison and became the ruler of the land within a single day. The people who threw him into the pit had to bow before his throne to receive their daily food. My child, Your sudden promotion is being prepared right now in the unseen realm. The very people who rejected your worth will see my favor on your life. You have been the misunderstood giver who always poured out love without expecting anything in return. You have watched others take your kindness for granted while you walked away with empty hands. But I have recorded every single sacrifice, and I am about to repay you from my heavenly storehouses. Your compensation will be double for all the trouble you endured. Let the old resentments wash away from your memory. Do not waste your valuable energy trying to prove your worth to people who are spiritually blind. I am your defense attorney, and I am vindicating your name in the presence of your enemies. Be still, and let me fight the battles that are too big for your human hands to handle. We are approaching the critical threshold of this divine message. The atmosphere is getting heavier with my holy presence, and the chains are beginning to tremble. I am about to release a powerful decree over your life that will shatter the limitations of your past. Do not turn away, and do not let your mind wander for even a fraction of a second. The sign you were meant to see is about to be fully decoded before your eyes. You have survived the wilderness, and you have endured the dark cave. Now the door is beginning to swing wide open, and heaven is waiting for your final response. Listen with absolute attention to the sacred words that I am about to speak next. Hear me now with your whole spirit. The moment of divine alignment has finally arrived. The silence that has exhausted your soul is about to speak with thunderous authority. I am shifting my tone from a gentle whisper to a powerful prophetic declaration over your entire life today. Look up at my face right now because the chains are beginning to tremble under the weight of my glory. The waiting season is officially over. I declare that the heavy fog of uncertainty is vanishing from your sight in this exact moment. You have spent too many years wondering when your breakthrough would manifest in the physical realm, but today I am authorizing a complete reversal of your circumstances. Every locked door is shaking at my command, because your appointed hour has come. Let me decode the deep mystery of the restlessness inside your chest right now. You thought it was a sign of returning anxiety, and you feared that you were losing your mental balance once again. But that constant tightness was actually the spiritual friction of your soul crossing a divine threshold. Your spirit was sensing the massive shift in the unseen realm before your eyes could perceive it. You are not losing your mind, my beloved child. You are simply waking up to your true destiny as a mighty light bearer in a dark world. I place that holy agitation inside your heart to separate you permanently from the old patterns that no longer serve your high calling. The comfort of your past season had to be completely destroyed so you would have the courage to step forward. Listen to my voice because I am shattering the heavy structures of your ancestral line. I declare that the generational curses of lack, failure, and silent depression end with you today in this room. The adversary thought he could use your family history to dictate your future boundaries, but I have stripped him of all legal authority over your mind. You are my chosen cycle breaker. The walls of limitation that held back your parents are tumbling down like the stones of Jericho. You will not inherit their constant struggles, and you will not repeat their tragic mistakes. I am writing a completely new narrative for your bloodline, and your children will walk through the giant doors that were firmly closed to your ancestors. Stand firm in this glorious liberty. Let us reframe the terrible trauma that tore your innocence into fragile pieces. You asked me why I allowed the wicked people to abuse your pure kindness for so many years. You believed that your suffering was a clear sign of my fatherly abandonment. But I want you to understand the holy strategy behind your painful isolation. I was hiding you from a destruction you could not see. The enemy wanted to assassinate your calling before your light could reach the global stage. He sent his agents to distract your focus, and he used close betrayals to poison your beautiful spirit with permanent bitterness. But I built a supernatural wall of insulation around your fragile soul to absorb the heat of their wicked arrows. The weapon was formed, but it completely failed to prosper against you. You thought you were breaking, but you were actually being reshaped into a majestic vessel of glory. Every single tear you shed in the dark was a holy seed that is now producing a massive harvest of spiritual authority. You can speak to the storms of others because you survived the most terrifying hurricanes on your own knees. Your past pain has become your current power. And now, my beloved child, we have reached the most sacred part of this entire encounter. Because this video has no commercial transaction or earthly product to offer you today, I want to guide you through a deep ritual of divine surrender. I see your profound weariness, and I am stepping forward to offer you a supernatural provision that money can never purchase. I need you to participate in this holy moment with your physical body. Stop trying to control the uncontrollable aspects of your life and drop your heavy shoulders right now in my presence. Let go of the tight grip you have maintained on your fragile circumstances because your human strength was never meant to carry this cosmic weight. Let my hands handle the complex details. Breathe deeply right now, my chosen warrior, and exhale the toxic vapors of chronic stress. Close your mental eyes to the distractions of the world and lift your face directly to the light of my countenance. Let the racing thoughts in your mind come to a complete halt as my peace settles over your atmosphere like a warm blanket. You are entirely safe in this holy sanctuary. I am pouring the oil of total restoration into the broken cracks of your wounded soul. This is not a temporary relief, but it is a permanent infilling of my supernatural power into your empty vessel. Every place that was drained by the selfish people is now being supernaturally filled to overflowing with my pure love. Receive this holy lubrication for your dry bones right now. You have fought so many battles in absolute silence, but today I am taking over your warfare. You do not have to defend your reputation against the liars, because I am your ultimate vindicator in the presence of your enemies. Sit down at the table I have prepared for you, and watch how easily I scatter the forces that tried to destroy your peace. The battle belongs to me. I am releasing an immediate blessing of financial stability over your current survival, Chrysis. I see the high bills that have caused a sharp knot of panic to tighten inside your throat for many weeks. I am opening the secret storehouses of heaven to deliver your provision through unexpected channels before the next morning comes. Trust my capability, because my wealth has absolutely no boundaries. I am healing the physical sickness that has entered your earthly vessel due to chronic exhaustion. Your body has been shaking from the constant pressure of juggling their problems, but I am commanding your nervous system to enter absolute rest. Feel the healing warmth of my holy touch moving through your spine and restoring your original vitality today. You are made whole. You are no longer the desperate victim who must beg for crumbs from the tables of worldly people. I have elevated your position, and I have crowned your head with a royal dignity that no human can ever strip away from your identity. You are an heir to an unshakable kingdom, and your inheritance is fully secured in the eternal records of heaven. Walk with your head held high. The alignment is complete, and the spiritual atmosphere in your room has been entirely sanctified. You have laid down the heavy bags of yesterday, and you are standing before me with an empty and clean heart. This is the exact condition I needed you to achieve before I could seal your life with my permanent protection against the adversary. You are fully covered. Do you feel the profound weight of my peace resting on your chest in this quiet moment? That beautiful calm is the undeniable proof that your surrender has been fully accepted by the courts of heaven. The enemy can no longer find a foothold in your thoughts, because my truth has filled every single empty space inside your mind. The transformation has officially occurred. I am clearing your path of all toxic relationships and false friends who simulated loyalty while draining your precious anointing. I am releasing a divine discernment into your spirit, so you can spot their hidden intentions from a distance. You will no longer walk into their traps because my light will expose the darkness before you take a single step. You are completely free. Your days of wandering through the hot sands of the empty wilderness are ending this very hour. I am positioning you at the threshold of your promised land, where milk and honey will flow abundantly into your hands. Do not look back at the desert of your isolation, because the past has absolutely nothing new to offer your future. Your forward movement is divinely mandated. We are moving into the final section of this divine message, where we will lock this blessing into your physical reality. Do not let your attention wander, and do not allow the coming noise of the world to steal the holy treasure you have received today. There is one final step of active obedience that you must execute to seal this covenant forever. Listen closely to my final instructions. Step into the glorious light of this brand new day. The old things have passed away completely. You are standing firm on a holy platform of absolute freedom, and as you walk forward into this beautiful horizon, my protective presence will always illuminate every single path you take without any confusion. Do not look back at the dark valleys of yesterday. The painful scars on your heart are fully healed by my grace. You have been completely vindicated before the world, and the people who doubted your majestic value will soon look at your restored life with complete wonder and deep respect. The heavy chains of your old identity are entirely destroyed. You are no longer a desperate survivor crawling through the wilderness of isolation. You are my chosen warrior, who carries an unshakable kingdom within your chest. Walk with absolute dignity from this day forward, because your victory is fully secured. You are completely safe now. The storm has ceased, the clouds are parting, and the same hands that held the glorious stars in place are currently holding your fragile life with infinite tenderness and love. You do not have to fight these heavy battles alone anymore. Look at the wonderful future I have prepared for your steps. The dry ground of your wilderness is blooming with fresh flowers of opportunity. New doors are swinging wide open at my royal command, and the resources you need will arrive precisely on time, without a single second of delay. Let the deep calm of my spirit saturate your thoughts. The anxious racing of your mind must stop immediately. You can rest your weary head on my shoulder tonight, because I am currently working behind the unseen scenes to arrange your ultimate triumph in the light of day. Do not let the loud world steal this profound peace from your spirit. Like this video right now, to anchor your deep agreement with heaven. This is not an ordinary button, but it is a visible stamp of your trembling obedience to my voice. Let us lock this blessing into your physical reality today. Type Amen in the comments below to seal this holy covenant forever. Write down the true feelings of your soul even if you do not have perfect words. Let the digital realm become a living monument of your sudden breakthrough today. Your sincere declaration is being recorded in the courts of heaven. Share this urgent message immediately with 3 weary souls who are secretly breaking in the dark. You are my active light bearer to their deep distress. By sending these words, you are fulfilling your sacred mission on this earth. Do not hesitate to spread the light of hope right now. Subscribe to this channel right now and turn on the holy notification bell. Do not miss a single step of my daily guidance. Stay connected to the clean river of my truth every single day. This is your permanent sanctuary of spiritual restoration and ultimate empowerment. Now listen closely as I pronounce a multi-generational blessing upon your house. I bless the work of your hands today. I bless your financial storehouses with supernatural abundance. And I declare that my divine favor will constantly pursue you in every single place your feet touch on this earth. I bless your mental health with absolute clarity. The confusing fog of depression is completely leaving your mind right now. I bless your fragile emotions with steady stability, and the joy of the Lord will become your physical strength during the coming days of your life. I bless your relationships with pure harmony. The toxic people are permanently removed from your sacred atmosphere. True friends will arrive to support your majestic destiny, and your home will become a peaceful oasis of love and complete security. I bless the future of your children and your grandchildren. The legacy of failure is entirely erased from your bloodline. They will walk in high places with extreme honor, and they will look back at your faithful life as the turning point of their history. You are a carefully formed masterpiece of my own hands. No weapon formed against your destiny shall ever prosper. The enemy has no legal right to touch your inheritance, and the blood covenant has sealed your total victory over the forces of darkness forever. Walk out of this encounter with a bold and courageous heart. You are completely equipped for the great tasks ahead. Do not shrink your size to fit into small rooms anymore. Expand your vision to match the vast dimensions of my eternal promise. I am raising you up to be a living refuge for other broken spirits. The pain you survived has given you a unique language of deep compassion. You will heal others through the power of your own testimony. You are my grand ambassador of light. Remember that my loving eyes are constantly watching over your life. I am your defense attorney when the accuser speaks lies against your character. I am your provider when the earthly economy is shaking violently, and I am your eternal Father, who will never abandon your soul. Relax your physical vessel completely into my care. The tight knot of panic in your throat is completely dissolved. Take a very deep breath of my clean atmosphere, because the battle you were terrified of has already been won on your behalf. Let your heart overflow with sincere gratitude right now. Praise my name even before you see the physical evidence of the harvest. Your worship in the dark is the ultimate proof of your unshakable faith. The breakthrough is already manifesting in your world. I am bringing a sudden acceleration to your stagnant circumstances. What used to take years will now happen in a single day. The delayed promises are rushing toward your life like a powerful flood. Stand ready to receive the massive overflow of my goodness. We have reached the final moments of this holy conversation. The words I spoke today are a permanent seal upon your spirit. Do not allow the enemy to whisper doubt into your mind when you turn off this screen. Hold the truth tightly in your heart. I love you with an everlasting love that has no beginning and no end. You are my precious jewel, and I am highly proud of your secret endurance. Go forward in absolute peace, my chosen child. I am with you always, even until the end of time.